Hi, my name is Morgan Schillinger, and today I want to talk about how something as simple as a cash transfer can help save a mother's life. We often assume improving maternal health means more clinics, more staff, or better equipment, and those things do matter. But what if part of the solution is simply this: trusting women with money? In many low-income settings, maternal mortality remains stubbornly high. In rural Kenya, indirect costs like transport, lost wages, and lack of autonomy can keep pregnant women from giving birth in safe, supervised facilities. Even when healthcare is technically free, it's often out of reach. So the question is, what happens when we give women cash, not with strings attached, but with trust? Cash provides immediate flexibility. A woman can choose to hire a transport, buy delivery supplies, or pay someone to care for her other children while she visits a clinic. Unlike in-kind donations or restricted aid, UCTs give agency, which is especially important for women in settings where they may not usually control household spending. UCTs can also help overcome behavioral bottlenecks like procrastination, uncertainty, or stigma by reducing the cost of action and increasing the perceived value of healthcare. Recent behavioral economics research supports the idea that framing or labeling cash transfers, even when the money is fully flexible, can powerfully shape decisions and improve uptake on beneficial services. Unconditional doesn't mean directionless. In this program, the transfer was labeled for maternal care. In a 2016 study published in the Quarterly Journal of Economics, economists Johannes Haushofer and Jeremy Shapiro tested unconditional cash transfers in rural Kenya. They found recipients didn't waste the money. In fact, spending increased on nutrition, healthcare, and education. Psychological well-being improved. Stress and depression declined. That's important for maternal health. Better nutrition, reduced stress, and the ability to afford transportation all help ensure safer pregnancies and deliveries, even if the program didn't explicitly target maternal care. A 2017 report from the Overseas Development Institute, The Impact of Cash Transfers on Women and Girls, reviewed dozens of programs and found a clear trend. When women receive cash, maternal and newborn health outcomes improve. Why? Because women gain agency. They make more decisions about prenatal visits, contraceptive use, and where to deliver. The evidence shows that when women control financial resources, they prioritize health, not just for themselves, but for their families. This reinforces the earlier findings. Even untargeted cash can empower maternal health through the choices it unlocks. But the impact doesn't stop at the household level. In 2022, a study by Egger et al., published in Econometrica, looked at the general equilibrium effects of large-scale cash transfers across rural Kenya. The result? Each dollar transferred generated $2.50 in local economic activity. That means stronger markets, more jobs, and greater access to basic services, including healthcare. So while these transfers weren't labeled maternal health funds, their ripple effects improved the very systems pregnant women rely on. That's the power of cash when deployed at scale. So, why does this matter? Because for years, development programs have been based on the idea that poor people, especially women, need to be directed, that they'll misuse money, that autonomy is a risk. But this research says the opposite. Trust women. When given modest financial tools, they use them to create healthier pregnancies, safer births, and stronger futures. We don't need more conditionality. We need smart, respectful design, programs that begin with agency, not restriction. Improving maternal health isn't only about supplies or staff. It's also about dignity, choice, and control. Sometimes the best intervention isn't a top-down solution. It's cash. Given with confidence, back